Hi guys, and welcome to the tutorial. I am Teddy. It is the Squadda server. This is where I originally built this farm, and today we are going to replicate this farm, which is an iron farm, a raid farm, and trading hall all in one. So if you want someone to trade with, if you want your iron, and if you want all your goodies from your raid farm, this is definitely the farm for you. So what I'm going to do, guys, I am going to run over to a creative copy of this world, a brand new clean version of the world, and we will build this farm over there. Okay, here we are over on a very much clean version of Slatecraft, and yes, this is how much different the world looked before I started. And here is our pillager tower, and down below we have everything we are going to need to build this farm. Now, there is a lot here. I am just going to leave that on the screen for you guys. If you want to pause it so you guys can get a rough idea of how much of everything you're going to need, I highly recommend doing that. Grab yourself a screenshot maybe, and I will get the stuff I need together to get started. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is get our glass panes, head up onto the top floor of our farm, get some random blocks to fill that little bit in there, and then we need to put in glass between these pillars here to capture our captain and find the spawn location. Once we have that in, guys, then what you need to do is go 44 blocks away from the farm so everything despawns, and then roll back in again and wait for the stuff to spawn on the top floor. Now, if you have the problem like I have where everything is persistent, I am going to quickly run a /kill command just to kill everything around, and then I'll go back 44 blocks out. Obviously, if you guys don't have access to the /kill command, then obviously run a peaceful cycle where you take your world, you go into your settings. If you can do this, go into peaceful like so, and then go back into whichever difficulty setting you are on. And then if you come back in, so you're less than 44 blocks away, but more than 22 blocks away, you will eventually find a pillager spawn on the top floor, hopefully with a banner on its head, and when that happens, we will be back. So once you've done all that, guys, and you have located your pillager captain's spawn location, the reason this is so important to do, guys, is you can have up to 4 spawn locations in any one raid farm, raid tower. So it's very important, guys, that you have to do this, because as I said, you may find them more than one, and then you get to pick which one you want to use. So what we are going to do, now is we are going to remove the glass, as like so, figure out which one the northwest block is. So the sun is rising, so that's the east, that way is then north. We then need to grab another type of block, and because they always spawn on the northwest corner, so bear in mind that is east where the sun is rising. The northwest corner of the block is this block right here, so we'll place that block with a different block, and that one, guys, is going to be our spawn block. So you can mark it with a torch, you can change to whatever you want, and then we are going to pull everything else from this pillager tower, and we're going to get rid of it. This is not a requirement for the farm, guys. I just prefer to do it because I like to redesign it and make it look how I want to make it look. So again, if you don't want to do that, then you can just knock through into here and put your collection for your pillagers and your Trident killer in this area here. But the way I'm going to do it, I am going to rip out this entire thing, and I am going to do it that way. So I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, once you have cleared out your pillager outpost, if you are doing that, if you're not doing that, you're going to need either slabs or leaves to cover everything that is a solid block, because otherwise these guys may still spawn below. It shouldn't happen, but it is a just in case. Okay, so then we need to put in our first set of scaffolding, and you need to decide which way you want the front of your farm to be. I'm going to put this one over here, and I need about 9 blocks to get up to the level I want to be at. And basically you want to make sure you are 5 blocks below the bottom of the spawn platform. And then we need to make a leaf platform leading out to our spawn platform, just like so, leading up and touching our block there. And then what we need to do from here, guys, is we need to put in a temporary block down here, going down twice, put in a chest there, grab yourself a hopper, and crouch place said hopper into there, crouch place a second hopper there, and you'll see that we are one block above that, so we need to remove this one here, and then crouch place a hopper into that one, crouch place a hopper into that one. Oh, fell off, mate. Do this with controllers, not easy, just saying. There we go. And then crouch place one more hopper into there to make it 4. We then want to put in our minecart rails and 2 minecarts. One there, give it a push. And then you need to try and get the second one on like so, and then we'll just keep going just like that. Remove our temporary blocks from below, and that is how the storage is going to work for our collection system. Now this doesn't have to be like this is just how I'm deciding to do it. Then we need our magma blocks on the top of this, just like so, and that right there is going to be our landing platform for our pillagers. Now we need solid block going around the outside of this, so we can build up our Trident killer. So we need to grab our stuff for our Trident killer, which is this, and this. So we need 4 pistons first. We need to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put a lever on the back of your front facing piston, which will be that one there. Put that lever on so you extend it, and then you want observers facing away from your pistons, just like so. And this is your box standard basic Trident killer. And then you want a redstone torch on the side of each and every one of your pistons, just like so. Turn that on, make sure she's working as she's meant to be. Lovely jubbly. Throw yourself a Trident right about there. I'm going to put some tinted glass in here just so we can see what's going on while leaving the darkness, because we want the darkness. The darkness is kind of important. Just like so. And then whatever solid blocks you want go on top, and encapsulate these guys into the farm. And then these guys have to be completely covered, so we go up to the same height as these guys are. And if you want extra windows in here, obviously tinted glass is your way forward, because then if you want to see from the side when they are spawned in, you can do that quite comfortably, and it gives it just another look as well. Go away, parrot. Thank you very much, mate. Don't punch parrots because it's rude, just saying. And then what we need to do is pull out our glass like so. And then because they can put leaves on top of here, we are going to put solid blocks on top of these guys' heads, just like so. But before we do that, we need to remove these guys from here. Move, please. Would you mind moving? Thank you. And you, sir, would you move as well? Please, thank you. Move, thank you. And then you put a glass block on there, and then you put your solid blocks on top of your glass block like that. Grab your leaves, because this is where our first lot of leaves comes into play, and we put leaves on top of this here as well to fully cover it up. And that, guys, is your bottom killing mechanism. Now the reason we put the magma blocks in here is because then if we haven't got our Trident killer activated, we will still kill the mobs and we will still collect the drops if you want to do that. If you don't want to do that, then don't put the magma blocks in, just put in solid blocks instead. All right, next thing we need to do, guys, is we need to go up 32 blocks from our spawn platform. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our scaffolding. Oh. Bring the scaffolding up to the level of our spawn platform. And then count up 32 from there. And 32 blocks above is exactly where our second Trident killer level is going to be. Now, again, you can put whatever storage you want on here. You can do whatever kind of storage you like. It doesn't matter what you do. I always try to ensure that the second Trident killer is directly above the first, simply because it makes life that much easier. And with this Trident killer, guys, we are going to build exactly the same thing we have down below. So what we're going to do again is put some temporary blocks in for demonstration purposes only. I will be doing just chests with a couple of hoppers as well. I'm not going to do more than that for you guys. I'll let you do your full strike. If you want to do a full-blown multi-item storage system, that is entirely up to you. I am doing a simple one just for demonstration purposes. And then that, guys, right there will be the platform we put on our second lot of oh, that's wrong way. That right there, guys, will be the second location for our minecart hopper to go onto. Okay, so I've got the Trident killer built up and into the farm. Now here comes the biggest difference with this one, guys, is we do not have a piston with a lever on the back of it. On this one, we actually want to put a little bit of a collar around the outside before we put our lever on it. And the main reason for this is simply because Ravagers can still break out of our farm. We do not want Ravagers breaking out of our farm, because then they kill us, and that's not good. We don't want this happening. So what we're going to do now is fill in the rest of this all the way around here, up 3 more blocks. Okay, once you've got that in place, guys, you then need to come in and break one of the blocks above the glass, pop in your dispenser, put your lava bucket in your dispenser, pop your signs 1 block below said dispenser, just like so, and then put the button on the back behind our dispenser like so. And that, guys, is going to be for basically weakening the Ravagers and the golems as they come down. Obviously, if you're using it passively and you just want to collect the iron, then, you know, leave it. The reason we have the button and we're not just leaving the lava out is simply because of witches. If you leave the button, if you leave the lava out, witches will end up on top of it and they will not go through it. They'll take a fire resistance potion and they won't despawn. They'll just be there forever. So what you need to do is have a button to get rid of the lava occasionally in case the witches do not drop through. This is kind of important, guys, so make sure that this bit is done. Next thing we have to do, guys, is build this wall up 15 blocks from the bottom of this thing. So the spawn platform needs to be 15 blocks above the Trident killer. We've already got 4 in, so we need another 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then what I like to do here is have this inner layer completely filled out, and then the outer bit you can do whatever you want with. You don't need to put anything else on there if you don't want to. Just put the leaves in, and that is the collar completely finished. And I will quickly get the rest of the tower put in place, and yeah, I will pop back to you in the tick. One small thing, guys, obviously throw your Trident in before you build the walls up. Just forgot to mention that. Yeah. Once you have your tower looking something like this, then you need to come out 8 blocks in total, just like so. And then on the 9th, we want to stage out 1 block up like that, and we need to do that all the way around our farm. Okay, once you've got something looking like this, you then need to put in 1 block in the corner like so, fill those blocks up to that level there as well. and then we can put in our water. And the water needs to be done so you have a 1 block gap between the end of the farm and the last water source on the straight road needs to be 1 block from the corner. Otherwise you'll turn the entire lot into source blocks, and we do not want that, because that would make life very tricky. If you've done it right, you've done 8, you should have exactly the right amount of water going to the middle of your farm. And I'm gonna quickly get this all in place. Okay, once you've got your water in place like so, you then need to fill in the blocks around the outside just like this, and continue up another 5 blocks from there. Now the reason this one is so high is because the golems have a really fun way of dealing with pillagers. If you get golems and pillagers in here at the same time, the golems will just fire them out. It's quite fun to watch, but it's not so good when you got your villager trading hall just on the outside of this thing. Just saying. So then we got to put the fill the wall all the way around to the same height as that. Okay, once you've got your walls up to the right height, put a row of leaves on top of them to stop anything spawning. And this bit's very important, guys. If you're building in a snowy biome like that one over there, you need to make sure you have torches on the row below your leaves and the row above your water. This is going to stop everything from freezing. We do not need freezing issues happening, do we, guys? So make sure that happens. Then what we need to do is make sure we come out 10 blocks from the bottom of our farm. I am going to call this the bottom of our farm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That block there, we will make our AFK spot. And then on our 11th block, you put a solid block in just like so. Actually, that's a lie. It's on the 12th block. Then you need to put 15 scaffolding in place, guys, because our next level is going to be 15 blocks up from this one. Just like so. And then we need to put a big leaf platform all the way around the rest of the farm. And basically, guys, this is where your village is going to be sitting. Your village is going to be sitting right about here with this nice block above their heads like so. So I'll get that leaves all the way around the outside. Okay, once you've done that, you'll have something that looks a little bit like this. We then need to put in our villager pods, which is simple as this. And I always designate 20, but you can have up to 30 villagers in this farm. Now we've got a gap here, so we can just put an extra villager on the end like so. It will not make a difference. And then we want to do is put an extra leaf in front of every single one of our villager friends. This makes things getting them in a little bit easier. And then all you got to do, once you've completed this to 20 or however many you decide you want, is get your villagers in. Now my way of doing this, what I do is I make myself a solid block platform out here, about 20 odd blocks out, and I will wait till night time. I will wait for zombie villagers to spawn in, and I'll get 2 of them, get them in a little pod on here, and then breed them up and fill the farm that way. It is entirely up to you which way you get your villagers, guys, but once you got your villagers started, I will show you how to get the villagers set up in the farm to make it an iron farm as well as a raid farm. Okay, once you're ready with your villagers, guys, what you need to do is come in underneath your farm, which you can do from building a platform off your scaffolding, and underneath your spawn platform you need to put in 1 block lower a little platform for all your beds to go on. So once you get this thing in place, you can start getting your villagers in place, and I like to do it this way so they're all surrounding the central pillar. And then if I need any extras, what we do is put them on, pull them out and put them down the sides like so. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 to be lucky. And then what you can do, guys, is put your beds in straight away. They don't have to be, you don't have to wait to put the beds in. as long as you don't have any villagers within range of the beds, you can put the bed straight in. If you do have villagers within range of your beds, obviously your beds cannot go in straight away. This is something that has to be done as you put your villagers into the farm. Now, if you're doing a breeder up here, obviously you'll be breeding your villagers, and I would recommend adding one bed, breeding, run bred, breeding, and so on and so forth until you've got the desired number of villagers. Once the beds are in place though, remove all the temporary blocks below them, especially if they are spawnable blocks, and it's extremely important that your beds are one block below the spawn platform so there's no space for anything to spawn on top of it. It's also important that you have a solid block above your bed. I don't know why this is a thing, but apparently it is a thing that you have to have a solid block above your beds. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So then what we need to do, guys, is get your villagers into your farm. I am going to use an egg for this little trick. How did you end up outside the farm? Hello? Why are you outside? You can have a quick drop, mate. Oh, fine, whatever. But yeah, basically get them in, put them in like so, put a trapdoor up here, and they're locked in like so. Let's just break yours and push you in as well. It might be because I've got leaf blocks in the way, that might be stopping that from happening. But normally you can put the smithing table in the front. Oh, there we go. We hit the bottom block, not the top one. Do that. Each should turn into a toolsmith, and continue that on until you've got the entire farm filled out, guys. Alrighty, guys, I'm nearly finished. I've only got one more villager put in, but as you can see, I've got myself a nitwit. We don't want nitwits, so best thing to do with them is either this, where you break it out and drop them down to the lower levels, and then replace the blocks down below, or you got the happy fun sauce. Just give them a little taste of the lava. And once you get everybody in, you can tell your farm's working because you should be able to hear cats. If you can hear cats, the other thing as well is baby villagers. They just annoy me. They can go away as well. Well, if you're breeding them, then you're gonna have to deal with baby villagers, to be fair. But I would recommend, if you can get rid of them, to get rid of them because they get in the way. Bye. It's much easier to do the farm when you got all adult villagers that are ready to trade, just like that. And if you've done it right, guys, you'll find you've got cats spawning in and golems spawning in, which we have got. So if we then hit our lava, and in fact our trident killer, you'll see we've got cats dying, we've got golems dying, which means we have got a full set. And the golems may not fall into the trident killer, but that is fine because the lava means they will still fall down onto here. Occasionally, without the trident killer running, you might catch a piece of iron or poppy on top of the extended piston. Other than that, this farm is done, guys. So now all we got to do is grab ourselves a looting sword. So once you're ready, guys, get your looting sword, turn your farm on from down below, come up to your AFK platform and turn your farm on from above. And as I said before, 2 blocks in front of your scaffolding block here is your AFK spot right about there. That should be good enough to get you both your pillagers and your iron farm active at the same time without them interacting too much, which is what we want. You can hear, guys, we have got villagers working above. Our trident killers are working. Apparently we don't have anything spawning down below at this point in time. Why not? It's a little bit slow sometimes to get started, but there are villagers pillagers popping in, which means it is working. We just haven't had a captain yet. There we go. There's our captain. And if everything's working properly, guys, you should have a raid party drop in to the raid part of the farm. We got cats still spawning in and golems still spawning in as well, which means the iron farm is working. And guys, that is it for this tutorial. If you've enjoyed this, hit the like button. If you can't wait to see more videos coming out of me, then don't forget to hit subscribe. I have been Teddy. This farm is awesome, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.